Welcome everyone. Today is Monday, May 1st, 2023, and this is a regular meeting of the City of the Asbury Park Planning Board. Chairwoman Kurzak, can you please call this meeting to order?
Yes, in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, 1975, Chapter 231, the Planning Board has provided adequate notice by sending the notice of date, time, and location to the extent known and the agenda of this in-person meeting to the Asbury Park Press, the Coaster, on January 2023. Copies of the notice have also been placed in the City of Asbury Park and Planning Board website and bulletin board. Any concerns, you can contact the board secretary. Will you join me for a pledge of allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will now take roll call. James Bonanno?
Here.
Councilwoman Clayton is abstaining. She's not
Yes.
present today. Eric Gallipo?
Yes.
Jim Henry?
Here.
Mayor Moore?
Here.
Daniel Shanamayo is absent. Jennifer Souter? Here. Michael Goonan?
Here.
And Chairwoman Barbara Kurzak.
Here. All right, we have a resolution up for 208 Main Street Realty LLC, Johnny Max. Everybody received the latest resolution. I believe that the last thing that was added to that resolution was yearly, as opposed to a 3-year agreement. It was, I'm sorry, it's a year-round was added because that was a specific request of the applicant. But otherwise, the document has remained the same. Can I get a motion to move it?
So moved. Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye. You sure they're all eligible?
We were all here.
Very quick.
There wasn't anybody here that was missing that I recall, because everybody was here that time.
I'm checking now, just in case. My computer would cooperate with me. I would do that. No. Technology. Yes. All in favor?
Ayes have it. Okay, the application that we have in front of us, 900-901 Madison Avenue. We have a situation. I don't know if, Jack, if you want to specify what it is, or?
Sure. After lengthy discussions this afternoon, we discovered, thankfully Barbara brought it to my attention, that this application, when it was approved back in back in 2020, only 3 of the current members are eligible here to vote on it. And the rest of you will have to get up to date on it by watching the APTV videos. And there might be one, the very first meeting, which wasn't very detailed, if I can remember correctly. It was 3 meetings, the other 2, the last 2 were. We don't have any transcript, but we have the minutes. But I believe that, just like any other application you do today, if it's 2, 3, and 4 applications, it's typically the last 1 or 2 are the one where you get down to the nitty-gritty and you vote on it. And I've spoken to Mr. Karras about it. Rather than go to state shorthand, who back in 20 was our official reporter, we will use the APTV and the minutes, save ourselves a whole lot of time and money and effort and delay the applicant's money. And I find, since we've started to use APTV, it's excellent. My resolutions are much crisper, they're much more to the point, and there's never, did I miss something? I always go back to that, and I find that they're right on point. So, with that being said, rather than try to go at this with 3 eligible members and the rest of you not knowing what was approved previously, you need to get up to date on it and know what was approved, so you know what the subject matter is for this current amendment to that application or amended application, whichever way you want to look at it. So we decided that rather than waste more time and money and having to come back anyway, that we would move it to another date, giving everybody an opportunity to get up to date on this. And we were going to talk about a special meeting so that we can give the applicant a full agenda so that they can slog through it for the 3 hours and perhaps get a resolution of it in one fell swoop and thereby save a whole lot more time and money. If we had to go back and find, state shorthand was very reluctant towards the end. They didn't even return phone calls about possibly coming back after the pandemic, so I doubt that we're going to get much. We'd get much out of them, and if we did, it would take months. So rather than hold up the applicant beyond reason, this is the approach that we'd like to take and discuss the potential and real possibility for a special meeting between now and perhaps mid-June. And that's the background.
So what we're looking at, and that's why I kind of said, bring your calendars, was to find out if the date that I'd like to put on the table is May 22nd. And I was just wondering if that would work for everyone. And to see if we wanted to start that at 6 or leave it at 7 as we normally would. I don't know if the 22nd would work for, kind of fits in our schedule. I know that it certainly fits in mine.
Works for me.
Is anyone not available on the 22nd of May? Is anyone have a preference of starting at 6 versus 7? Like special meetings, a lot of times we start at 6. I don't know if that matters to anyone.
I'm fine with 6.
Anyone,
Yeah, so,
would you rather do 6 or 7?
7 is easier.
All right,
to work out.
that's fine, whatever. I'm fine either way.
Either way, it makes no
Okay.
difference to me.
A thought on that, the application that's coming before us is for an amendment, and a good deal of the discussion would be on the primary applications. So I really don't think this is going to be such a long application. Once you catch up to speed with what happened in those other meetings, that's already established. So you don't have to have testimony on that. And 7 o'clock, I think, is going to be adequate.
Okay. I'm fine with 7.
Sure.
The only-
Done by 8. wouldn't bother.
I'd like to be done by 7:30.
Exactly.
But one thing that I would like to leave open that because we heard this over 3 years ago, we will listen to it, as we said we would. So everybody has to sign up for that. And I'm sure that there still will be questions about the past. So I don't want to be cut off by saying, oh, well, we answered that already. 3.5 years ago.
Listen, it's been a long time. I do plan on going through what was approved.
Good.
Just for, the board's edification purposes, so we all know where we were and then the revisions will be.
Good. I don't know, Jack, I know that there was another document that was provided to the board. I don't know if this is something that we should put into, and I'll tell you what the document is.
Sure.
The document is that Marie kindly pulled together the resolution that was passed for the prior approval. So we have that in this document.
That's public record.
We have for the planning board, the minutes from November 18th, 2019, which was the first meeting. We have the minutes for that
Right.
in here. We also have the minutes from January 13th, 2020, which which Marie has the link to APTV. It's not in this document, but it exists.
It's fine.
And the other thing that's in this packet are the minutes from February 24th, 2020, which was the last meeting that occurred, and that also has an APTV link that we will provide.
Great.
And she additionally included November 4th, 2020, that was a virtual Zoom meeting. That's when we went into Zoom land, and that's when we approved the resolution.
Okay.
So that's in this packet. I don't know if we need to say anything about it, but everybody's getting this.
Well, Marie, would you make sure that Andy gets a copy of,
And when I do the
Documents.
email, I'll send the links to you.
Perfect.
Send you
Just
that.
kidding, so that you have those.
in the resolution so he knows what.
Yeah, the resolution I
Yeah,
actually
sure.
submitted with the application, but
Okay.
the links and.
All right, we have it, so we're good, we have everything. And so, so if we're okay for May 22nd, I'd like to make a motion to carry this application to May 22nd with no further notice.
So moved.
Yeah, you can do that. Yes, we can, but we have to notice for a special meeting. The board
Which I'll
has to
do
conduct a notice.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, that.
Okay, so you'll notice for the 22nd, but the applicant does not have to notice.
Marie, would you contact Tina?
Tina.
I give you a number, I don't have my phone, I never bring it into meetings.
Which
If I give
one?
you the number and just tell them that we're moving into that date.
Which guy was it again?
The fella is Jason
Got it.
Harzel.
Yep. He's our project
His
manager.
908 number?
Yep, got it.
Do you have it? Okay.
Yep.
He said we can call him tonight, just tell him the date, and I told him to call him between 7 and 7:30. And Donna, no, over at CCH.
Yep. All right, so I'll make a motion to do
7
that.
o'clock, correct?
7 o'clock.
PM.
7 o'clock, no notice from Mr. Karas, notice from the city, special meeting, and we already checked to see if this room was available, and it is
Sure.
available.
That's fine.
So we're good to go there. Anyone care to second that?
Second.
All in favor, or
Call-
go through it?
Call the roll.
Call the
on
roll?
this, just so
Okay.
it's a record.
James Bonanno?
Yes.
Eric Gallipo?
Yes.
Jim Henry?
Yes.
John Moore?
Yes.
Jennifer Souter? Yes. Michael Goonan?
Yes.
And Barbara Kurzak?
Yes. And just for other people's, anybody else's notice, we are working towards a process so that we would discover things like this sooner, so that it isn't discovered the day of, that we are going to keep track of things a little bit differently. So we know multiple meetings, who's available, who voted, who didn't vote, and that we make sure that we have a quorum a lot sooner than the day of the meeting.
If you're taking a look at your process, how to do things, can I make a suggestion?
Sure, as long as, we're looking at a lot of things, go ahead.
Include developers and/or their attorneys in some of the discussions in terms of just suggestions, maybe, in terms of the processes, how things are being done.
Got it.
Always a good move to have all the stakeholders participate.
Yep.
So you'll see it from different perspectives.
Good. All right. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you very
All in
much.
favor? Aye.
Thank you.